Hello everyone, this is Tarot Queen Jamila, and I'm here to do a reading on Cardi B. I want to do a reading on Cardi B, Tasha K, and I want to see how everything is going to turn out because, you know, these women that are all in business have been causing quite a stir between each other. And I want to do this reading with love and light because it's the confusion that leads to all of the confusion. So first of all, let's start with Cardi B. I've never done a reading for Cardi B, and I'm going to do one now. So I'm going to get started. If you guys need to reach me for your own readings, the link to my website is below. I am a real authentic spiritualist. These readings are not for entertainment only. I am a professional spiritualist, and I am an empath, psychic medium, and I also do spiritual work, cleanses, hex removals, court cases, money spells, love spells, okay, breakup spells. So let's get started. Spirit guides, ancestors, and guardian angels for Cardi B. What messages do you have about Cardi B? What are the energies surrounding Cardi B, the artist known as Cardi B? All right, well, first of all, what I can see, there's a very, very powerful ancestor that is protecting Cardi B, okay? And I'm going to tell you what cards I got. I got the King, I got the Queen of Swords, I got the Ten of Cups, I got the Seven of Cups, I got the Five of Wands, I got the Temperance, I got Seven of Pentacles, I got Two of Swords, I got the Tower, Six of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So this is just the beginning of the reading, but what I can already tell is that there's very powerful ancestors that are protecting her. This ancestor comes up as a male and female spirit. So I feel like Cardi B she's got kind of like that Illuminati-ish, Baphomet, very powerful spiritual guide. The only thing is that for some reason, there's certain things that are in Cardi B's pathway to where your spirit guides, they can be very protective, but they can't protect you from yourself. They can't protect you from everything. So the Seven of Cups comes up. This represents Cardi B at some point in her life to where she really, really cared about people. But then there came a point in time in her life where she really, really didn't care about people. Okay? But that's okay, because at the same time, it's very healthy to care about others, but then to know that you've got to take care of yourself as well. So you have to have yourself on point before you can do that. Now I'm going to look at her zodiac sign. She's a Libra. So this is a spirit guide of Cardi. Cardi has had a couple of different manifestations of herself. So she's not stupid as people think she is. She's not as ignorant as people think she is. She's definitely wise beyond her years. But I feel as though she comes to a point within herself where she's very confused. The Five of Wands and the Temperance card comes up. Now, I feel as though there's got to be some kind of either alcoholism that must run through her family. Some kind of, it seems like it's a codependent energy with the Temperance card coming up next to the Five of Wands. She's definitely a fighter, okay? She's definitely a fighter. Spirit, give me some clarity on the Seven of Cups. Let's go ahead and break this down so we can really get a good understanding. See, the Hanged Man. So she seems to have that ancestral protection, but then the Seven of Cups reveals the Hanged Man. So this is where she's almost like a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Spirit guides clarify Hanged Man. For the World. The World card comes up. And then the Five of Cups. So she's got some issues with how people feel about herself. I feel like the Hanged Man represents a presence that seems to be with her that wants to take her down. But it's got a lot to do with her ego. And then also I can see that Cardi B, she's definitely very empathic. The problem is that there seems to be some kind of hex. There's definitely a hex on her, on the women in her family. So a couple of people were asking, is Cardi B hexed? It does seem that she's walking within a hex. Now the Seven of Pentacles comes up. So this is where, you know, it was kind of meant for Cardi to go far financially. Now, surprisingly, even though Cardi B is a multi-millionaire, from what we can see, I don't really see that in the cards for her. I don't really see that in her spiritual energy. I'm not seeing that. Okay, but the Seven of Pentacles means that there is definitely that energy inside of her that gives her the ability to choose whether or not she's going to go the poor way or the wealthy way. Now, Cardi B is at a crossroads. The Two of Swords comes up. I feel as though at the moment, I am going to ask a couple of more questions about Cardi B. But she's at a crossroads right now. And a lot of the things that she used to feel about herself, or a lot of the things that she was caught up in, all of that stuff is like a house of cards. So for example, right now Cardi B is under fire because she admitted like a year ago that that she robbed and drugged people, which is a big deal. Okay, so she's at the tower right now. Give me some clarity on the tower. Okay. So she's at a point where she's tearing down all of those things that were false or were fake. And she's trying to build up something stronger. So I definitely can see that Cardi B is getting into movies. And I actually said this. I actually did a reading on Cardi B to where I could see where she was breaking into the movie industry. And she's actually doing that now. The Knight of Cups comes up. And then the Ten of Swords. So this is where Cardi B is going through this phase of being tested. Okay. So right now, the way the public can see it, or some of the public, the way some people may perceive it, is that she is going through a lot of turmoil. And she's been going through it, because I feel as though she was a little out of place. I felt always like Cardi B needed to be involved in acting, or maybe even some kind of community outreach. And so I can definitely see in the future where Cardi B is going to be sort of like, you know, wanting to give to charity. I feel like I can definitely see her doing that, because at the end of the day, it does seem that she has somewhat of some negative karma. Like I said, this is the first spread that I threw on her. I also got the Six of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So I feel like what is going on right now is not going to necessarily destroy her, because you know what the Six of Cups reminds us of is that our past does not necessarily dictate the future, but that even if you are going through some negative transgressions from the past, you can always say, hey, listen, and walk in that spirit of, you know, that was in the past, okay? Now, the Knight of Wands comes up. This is the energy of change, and this is the last card in our reading. Spirit guides, give me some clarity on the Knight of Wands. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles comes up. So she's definitely got some spiritual debts to repay. Okay, but then the Chariot comes up, and the Chariot represents progression. So I feel as though Cardi B is going to end up somebody that is definitely going to make a mark on the world. She's definitely going to be in mainstream media. It was always meant for her to do that. And she's definitely going to be in movies and, you know, and she's going to, but I think that what she has to learn is to not overact. So I think that, you know, what we're going to see is her progressing in her business. Now, a lot of people right now, they just believe that Cardi B is just evil, you know, and she's just this and she's just that. But we're going to actually take a look at and see, is she a bad person and what is coming up in the future for her. Okay, so I'm going to ask the question, is Cardi B a bad person? I'm going to start a series on the celebs. And it's going to ask, are they a bad person? We're going to start with Cardi B. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the artist known as Cardi B. Is she a bad person, yes or no? I got a no answer. She's not a bad person. The spirits sort of weigh you, okay? Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Page of Wands, the Sun, and the Nine of Swords. So we got 3 no answers, but there's a couple of different aspects to her. She talks a lot, okay? She's very, very opinionated, okay? But she's not a bad person. She's actually got a very wonderful energy surrounding her. But it seems like a lot of that energetically, she got the Nine of Swords, which represents a person's mind that is tormented. I did look it up, and she is a Libra, and it does make a whole lot of sense. Because, you know, she, you know, the whole time she was out in social media, and she was you know, talking about the things that she didn't like. She seems to be speaking out against this so-called Illuminati, or either the people that, you know. And so looking at her chart, she's born in October. She was born in New York in October. So she's a Libra sun. She is an Aries moon, which is very interesting. So she's very argumentative and temperamental. Her Mercury is in Scorpio. So she feels her emotions very deeply. Her Venus is in Scorpio. So she feels very, you know, she's a deeply feeling person. Her Mars is in Cancer. Her Jupiter is in Libra. Her Saturn is in Aquarius, and she's got Uranus and Neptune in Capricorn. She has another Scorpio in her Pluto. Her North Node is in Sagittarius, and her Chiron is in Leo, okay? So, as you can see, with a lot of the aspects of her chart makes a lot of sense, but she's not a bad person. She's really not. The Queen of Pentacles comes up. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is definitely a spirit guide that seems to come into the reading. The Two of Cups comes up. So she does have very, very deep emotional and feelings. And so that's why a lot of the times Cardi B would have, you know, her feelings would be hurt. Because, you know, people would be talking about her. And see, the Sun card comes up, which represents that she's kind of like also that black sheep of her family. Okay, she's like the black, and I've heard her say that, you know, I pay my mama's bills, and absolutely she does, but that comes at a price. I feel as though there's some friction or some tension between her and her mama. Spirit guys, give me some clarity on the Sun card. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely, she's definitely got that star quality about herself. And the Ten of Pentacles does represent where, you know, she seems to have a very close relationship to her family. And she's pretty much the rock of the family. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult for her. Spirit, give me some clarity on the Nine of Swords. Cardi B is one of them type of people that she would rather have money than fame. But she loves it. So what she has to do is she has to let herself go. Okay, now the Death card comes up. So I feel as though this whole situation with the lawsuit and everything, I feel like she wants change in her life. She really, 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 really wants to succeed in earning money for her family. That is very important to her. And it bothers her at night. It causes her to lose sleep at night. And so the Death card represents where, especially with all that Scorpio in her chart that we saw, she is still again standing at a crossroads. And so I don't believe, and I'm going to do a reading of a Celtic cross for her real quick, and then I'm going to move on to Tasha K. I'm going to move on to the lawsuit that she has pending. And so give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm going to do a quick, instead of, because I want to ask 2 questions before I move on to Tasha K. Spirit guides for Cardi B. What are you seeing current, past, and in the near future? All right, so in the current, I got the Hanged Man, which means that Cardi B is under scrutiny. She's at a crossroads. What is she going to do? In the past, we got the Five of Cups and the Two of Cups. So remember, she seems to be crossing over. There's a transition that is happening. Clarify, Hanged Man. Now, in the future, she got the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So, the Nine of Wands represents the energy that she is trying to overcome. These are people in the past. These are people in her present. People that are trying to stop her journey right now. People that you know, and so you can tell that right now she's taking a brave effort and she's pushing and she's fighting. She got the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in the future. So I can definitely see another baby coming for her, another little girl. But I can also see an advancement in her career because the Seven of Pentacles comes up. That Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups represents good things that are going to come to her in the future. So the future is looking pretty good for her. Now the Seven of Cups comes up as well. You know, she needs to work more on herself. But right now, she's wanting to make the money. She even said it. I came for the shmoney. Okay? Now, let's get into if she's going to win the lawsuit against Tasha K. Okay? Tasha K is a very popular vlogger or blogger that has broken several stories about Cardi B. She spreaded a very vicious rumor about her. And it's either rumor or the truth. Let's ask if she's going to win the lawsuit. Okay? Because regardless to if it's a rumor or the truth, doesn't mean that she is not entitled to win that lawsuit. Because just because it might be the truth doesn't necessarily mean that you deserve to be scrutinized for it. Because again, it was something that was done in her past. Okay? Or something from her past. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for Cardi B and Tasha K. And there's another player here. I can't really remember her name. Star Marie. I'm going to throw the cards on her as well. Spirit guides, ancestors, and guardian angels. Is Cardi B going to win her lawsuit against Tasha K and Star Marie? Yes or no? Okay, we're going to look at major arcanas and even numbers is yes, odd numbers and court cards is no. And then also show us why. I got a no answer. I got to know that she's not going to win the lawsuit. I got the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, and the Chariot. So I feel like there's definitely conflicting energies because Tasha K ain't no punk. And I'm about to throw the cards on her. I can see Tasha K sort of stopping that. And I'm going to check and see. But I got a no answer. And let me clarify why is there a no answer, spirits. Why is Cardi B not going to win that lawsuit? Show us why. There seems to be a very powerful force that is against her with that lawsuit. And see, as soon as the lawsuit happened, if you noticed, people began to talk about her. The sun comes up in her lawsuit. The sun comes up. And the 2 of Wands and the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. So this is where I feel as though partially because of Cardi B, and then partially because of the energies that she's working against. Also, Spirit is kind of saying that it's petty, and you know, she's moving beyond that. Okay, let's take a look at Tasha K. Okay, we're gonna look at Tasha K. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for Tasha K. Show us who Tasha K is. What is her motives? Who is she? Show me what is the spiritual energy surrounding her. Okay. So, what I got for Tasha K, the first card that comes up is the Ace of Pentacles. This is somebody that is meant to go very far. The Ace of Swords. Her energy is very strong. She's a very strong woman. Her marriage, her baby, her family, her pregnancy protects her. Now, Tasha K does have somewhat of a drinking issue. Okay, and this is going to actually come back up later on in life for her. But other than that, what I can see is Tasha K is a very strong person. She got the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Swords did come up for her. So she's one of them people that she's got some spiritual gifts, is what I will tell you. And she's definitely a fighter. The Death card and the Wheel of Fortune comes up for Tasha K. So Tasha K is definitely going to go far. Just looking at her spiritual energy from this reading, it doesn't seem that she's a bad person, but rather the circumstances may have been bad. But from what I can see now, Tasha K seems like the type of person that seems to be taking good care of herself spiritually, you know, which is why she's able to do a lot of the things that she does. You can tell that she's a very strong person. I'm going to look up her zodiac information to see. She was born March the 10th in Panama City, Florida. So she was born on March the 10th. So she's a Pisces, okay? She's 37 years old. She was born on Wednesday, March the 10th of 1982. So she's a Pisces. Okay. I didn't really get her zodiac chart. Let's see if her chart is somewhere where I don't have to go looking for it. Oh, that's somebody else. Oh, wow. It brought up a bunch of other stuff. So she's a Pisces. So she's very sensitive. She's a fighter. There's definitely some fire in her chart. There's some air in her chart. She's got a very good mix and in the right places. She's definitely going to go far. And she should have money. Okay, so, you know, do I want to say that the case that Cardi B has against her would break her financially? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't break her financially, but it's just the principle behind the thing. Okay, now some of the stuff that she reports can definitely bring her some negative bad energy. Spirit guides, give me some clarity on the Nine of Swords. So this is somebody that you would compare. I would say I could compare her to Oprah, because sometimes Oprah has to do interviews with people that, you know, everybody may not agree with. Okay. Okay. So see right here, Page of Swords. This is the tension and the negative energy that she gets through the media. But then the Page of Cups comes up. This is a guardian. This is a protector. And then the Four of Swords. So I feel as though she does have spirit guides that kind of help her, because I feel like she's definitely had some, you know, a few issues in particular with anxiety, maybe even depression, abandonment issues. But I feel like she has worked through things a lot, and I can see good things coming to her. Now, I'm going to ask the question, is Tasha K a good person? Yes or no, spirits? Ancestors, guardian angels, is Tasha K a good person? Now, there's some changes that Tasha K needs to go through. She got mainly sword cards. And see, the problem is that Tasha K gossips. So the spirits kind of see her, they weigh her, and they don't feel that she's a good person. She got the Nine of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So just like Cardi B has to face her music, Tasha K is going to have to eventually face her music. I feel like what Spirit is saying is that she has the power of her voice. And I feel like, especially with the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, I feel as though her first intent is definitely to spread gossip. And see, what Cardi B does is very different, but it's kind of the same, because, you know, but see, Cardi B, she actually speaks of empowerment and, you know, getting yours. I haven't listened to a lot of her music, but she's one of those musicians that speaks about women's empowerment. And Tasha K is kind of on the fence with that, because, you know, her energy is very different. She's more so she speaks from her heart, and that's what's good. But I feel as though there's some things, because the Ten of Swords comes up, and then the Four of Swords. So I feel like what I can sense is that spirits are saying that she's not a good person, but let's ask why, because they did say no. You know, the only thing I can say is that God is still working on her. Spirit guides, why do you think that Tasha K is not a good person? Why do you think that? Something that they're saying that she's not being honest about. King of Swords, the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, the Empress, and the Ten of Pentacles. So they do kind of consider her to be somebody that fed up on Cardi B, because, you know, even though she, you know, had that status on YouTube, she still, you know, I mean, because from what I could see, Tasha K was kind of attacking Cardi B during her pregnancy. The words that she speaks, she talks a lot. Okay? And the words that she speaks, so Spirit is definitely, especially with this lawsuit and everything coming up, it's definitely been very stressful for her pregnancy, but it's also about her prosperity. And Spirit felt like, you know, she could possibly be worth more than somebody that has to come out and gossip about people, because gossip is not necessarily something, you know, she's in the media. So, you know, and she's a reporter of stuff, and sometimes reporters can report the wrong stuff. We know that. We know that there's fake news out there and everything, okay? Spirit guide, show me what is going on with the pregnancy. How is the baby doing and everything? She spoke of her baby on her last hangout, where it just seems like she kind of needs to be able to take a deep breath and kind of bring herself to a space of relaxation. That's why that Four of Swords came up. So really, if she's hurting anybody, it would be self, okay? Because she does tend to get riled up. Well, the baby's going to be fine. The Ace of Pentacles comes up. The Queen of Cups comes up. The Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Fool card. So I sense that you know, Tasha K is definitely, you know, in touch with her ancestors, in touch with people. Her baby's going to be fine. Going to be a very happy baby. Baby's going to be very strong. But baby is also going to be very happy and carefree. And, you know, so the energies around her child look pretty good, okay? Spirit guides, what do you want Tasha K to know about this lawsuit? And what do you want people to know about what's coming up in the future? Show me what's going on with Tasha K currently. Anything relevant from the past, recent to distant, and what are you seeing in the future for Tasha K? Okay. So the Queen of Swords comes up in the current. So this is sort of her stance as far as where she's at right now. She's in the media. She's a very powerful voice in the media. Okay. Okay, so the Queen of Swords represents her mental state. Give me some clarity on Queen of Swords at the current. In the past, the Hermit and the Empress comes up. Her husband or something has got to be an earth sign, or either an air sign. The King of Cups comes up, and the Three of Swords. So, there's something going on. Something going on. Some kind of love triangle or something. Who is this spirit? Why the Three of Swords? So she definitely seems to be having issues and troubles with that in her marriage, even though, yeah, I feel as though I can see some sort of betrayal that seems to be coming up involving her husband. Okay? Something ain't right about that. Also, the Ten of Swords represents where there seems to be some kind of family issue, some kind of issue with her father. Something, and it may not be an outward issue because people always cover up their issues, but I feel like there's something coming in generationally through her father, okay, that landed onto her. Okay, so what comes up in the future for Tasha K? The Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So she's definitely got some things coming up. I feel like her baby should be here by June. She's definitely got some happiness and things that are going to be coming up. But there's something that she needs to deal with. Clarify the Knight of Cups. It's a spirit guide. Yeah, the World card comes up. So I feel like there is something that seems to be weighing in heavily on her. And, you know, I feel like I can definitely see some deception on her husband's part. Okay, there's some kind of deception that's going on there, that's underlying, that she may not even see and everybody else may not see. Okay? Spirit guides, what messages do you have for Tasha K about the lawsuit? What messages do you have about the lawsuit? Now, I already saw that Cardi B was not going to win that lawsuit. Okay. All right. The Ace of Swords, the Karma, aka the Judgment card, the Page of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So this lawsuit really just kind of proves that Tasha K is somebody. Because you ain't somebody unless somebody either sues you or tries to pursue some kind of legal action against you. I don't feel that she has anything to fear from this lawsuit. I feel like I can definitely see her ancestors and people protecting her just as much, you know, as the other. Now, on the other hand, we've got a lawsuit against Star Marie as well. So I haven't asked about that. Okay, I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna ask about that. I'll be right back. Okay, so Cardi B has a lawsuit against Star Marie as well. Okay, Spirit guides, what do you want us to know about Star Marie? What do you want us to know about her? What's her energy? What's her motives? What is the energies and spirits around her? Okay, well, the energy surrounding her, it seems to be that she can't get over the fact that, you know, Cardi B is who she is. I feel like she had a genuine friendship with Cardi B, and she seems to be upset about that. She can't stop thinking about it. The Eight of Swords comes up, the Page of Swords, the Temperance. But then I feel like what I can see for her is her growing beyond that. All of this attention in social media is going to take her to the next level. Now, the question is she lying on Cardi B is the big question. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, is Star Marie lying on Cardi B, yes or no? Major arcanas and even numbers is yes. Odd numbers and court cards would indicate no. So let's see if she is lying on her. Okay. Well, I kind of got a no answer, but what Spirit is saying is that some of the stuff that she's saying is true, but then again, some of it isn't. But the spirits did say no. But at the end of the day, she seems to have a jealousy for Cardi B because she went beyond her. So she's trying to get a piece of Cardi B's pie. And, you know, I'm not going to sit up here and say that Cardi B has herpes or whatever because maybe she had a cold sore on her lip or whatever. You know, I'm not sure. But I feel like what Spirit is saying is that she's just after money and attention and that she has a jealousy. But she's not lying. However, the Ten of Cups comes up and the Magician. So I feel like she's sort of like a puppet. Somebody else is over that situation. Somebody else seemed to have paid this woman to say that about Cardi B. Spirit guys, give me some clarity on King of Pentacles. Now, like I said, some of the stuff seems to be true, but they're saying that she's lying and embellishing a lot of it. Spirit guys, clarify who this King of Pentacles is. Okay, so the Ace of Cups comes up. So the Ace of Cups represents her. This is her. And I feel like she's doing it for money and attention. So I feel like, you know, a lot of the stuff that she said was a lie. Is Cardi B going to win the lawsuit against Star Marie? Yes or no? Okay, major arcanas and even numbers is yes. Odd numbers and court cards would indicate no. Now, like I said, there's a magician over this whole thing. So, a lot of these readings have to be suggestive. I feel that Cardi B is definitely going to win some kind of lawsuit against Star Marie. I got the Star card, the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Four of Swords. So she's not going to necessarily be able to hold Tasha K responsible for the fact that Star Marie came on her show and embellished some stuff. So I feel like the responsibility is going to come with her. And I can also see Star Marie possibly doing some time in prison, or either just in solitude, to where she's gonna have to kind of like go into hiding and hide herself. I feel like she is gonna win the lawsuit against her, because again, she's suing both of them. With Tasha K, no. Star Marie, yes. Because listen, regardless, that was supposed to be your friend, and the spirits take a really, really big interest in that. Now, another thing, Cardi B seems to be, you know, she definitely has a way stronger case against Star Marie, because Star Marie is the one that is ultimately responsible. My spirits have indicated that she's deceptive about something, that she's lying on Cardi B in some kind of way. And I believe my spirits, and I believe that that is one of the reasons why Cardi B would take her to court as well as win. And I can definitely see that there's going to be some kind of financial payout because of it. However, all of this is still going to sort of make Star Marie kind of famous in a sense, but she'll only get about 15 minutes of fame, literally. But I can see that Cardi B's gonna overcome and win her. Tasha K, not so much, because, you know, whether or not Tasha K called her and said, hey, you know, I want to pay you this amount of money to come on here and say this, she still made the decision to come out there and speak that. So that's my reading, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you guys have your own court cases, you guys know that you can reach me. The link to my website is below for a consultation. Also, if you want private personal readings, the link is below. All right. Love and light and blessings.